There is something living inside you right now. Something ancient. Something every human who has ever walked this earth has carried. And for most of your life, you've probably been trying to get rid of it. Fear. Not the roller coaster kind, the deeper kind. The kind that shows up before a big decision, a hard conversation, or something that actually matters to you. And here is what almost nobody tells you. It was never your enemy. Scientists who study the human brain have found something remarkable. Fear and excitement produce nearly identical responses in the body. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your focus sharpens. The only real difference is the story your brain decides to tell about what is happening. Which means the thing you've been running from might be the very thing that could finally set you in motion. For thousands of years, humans survived not because they were the strongest, but because they were the most aware of danger. The ones who felt fear deeply, who hesitated before stepping into the unknown, those were the ones who made it through the night. Fear was a survival feature, not a flaw. Your ancestors passed it down to you like a gift wrapped in discomfort. But here is where something shifted. The world changed faster than the brain could keep up. The threats that once demanded physical survival instincts are now social. A job interview, a first date, a creative risk. Your nervous system cannot always tell the difference between a predator in the dark and an email you're afraid to send. It responds to both with the same ancient alarm. Researchers studying emotional regulation found that people who suppress fear experience it more intensely over time. The more you resist, the louder it gets. But people who simply acknowledged their fear, who named it honestly to themselves, moved through it faster. There is something powerful about saying the words, "I am afraid," not as weakness, as an act of honesty that opens a door. There is a practice used by high-performance athletes, surgeons, and soldiers that most people never hear about. It is called cognitive reappraisal, and in simple terms, it means choosing to interpret the physical sensations of fear as preparation rather than panic. When your heart starts racing before something difficult, instead of telling yourself you cannot handle it, you train your mind to say your body is getting ready. That reframe alone, backed by years of research, has been shown to improve performance, reduce anxiety, and help people push through situations they would otherwise avoid entirely. The strange truth about fear is that it follows value. You are not afraid of things that are irrelevant. You do not lose sleep over outcomes you do not care about. Fear shows up most powerfully at the edges of what you love and who you are trying to become, which means every time you feel it, there is information buried inside it, a map if you are willing to read it. What keeps most people stuck is not the fear itself. It is the avoidance. Every time you avoid the thing that frightens you, you send a quiet signal to your own mind that the threat was real and unmanageable. That story, repeated enough times, becomes a wall. But every small step toward the thing you fear begins to rewrite it. One honest conversation, one risk taken, one moment where you stayed instead of leaving. These are not small things. They are the architecture of a different version of you. Fear never fully goes away. The people you admire most, the ones who seem fearless from the outside, they are not free of it. They have simply built a different relationship with it. They feel it and move anyway. Not because they are braver than everyone else, but because at some point they stopped waiting for the fear to leave before they began. You were built to feel this. Every version of you that came before, every human being stretching back through history who felt their heart pound before something uncertain, made it through. That thread runs all the way to you. The fear you carry is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something matters. And that might be the most important thing you ever learn to believe.